The squad is coming. The squad is coming. Not really. It's just me. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to give it to you straightforward Stephanie. Okay, let's begin on one thing with the squad. Okay, let's remember. She talks like that. She's like, President Trump. Okay, let's be real. They went there on an agenda to fuck with Israel, just like they've been doing this from day one. Trump supports Israel. They get their... Why are they screwing with Jewish people? Leave the Jews alone. Israel's just doing their own thing. They got their country back. They're happy. Then these two dipshits have to come in and mess it all up. Not even just mess it up for them, but like for all of us Americans. Rashid Talib goes out there, and what does she do? She puts on the whole... My grandmother. Remember, this is the lady who told her young son after she got nominated into Congress, we're going to impeach the motherfucker. She hates Trump. She was kicked out of a Trump rally, escorted by police because she went in there to cause trouble. Ilhan, all she talked about was the money part. But getting back to Miss Talib, oh, my granny. All right, next news network, Dave Franchi, I believe that's the name, yeah. All right, Rashid Tlaib's grandmother curses Trump, literally, not curses like fuck you, but puts a curse on him. These people are sick. And then they have the nerve to say Trump is trying to turn Muslims and Jews into bads. No. Their Islamic State mentality is trying to take out Christianity and Jews. They're just that good at being narcissistic sociopaths to manipulate, brainwash, victimize themselves, and they created this. They were welcomed there until they found out about their agenda. The Israeli government had them do a spreadsheet of where they're going, and they have every right. Jews have been under attack forever, forever. Do you blame them? Do you blame these people? No, they have every right to monitor who comes in their country and who doesn't. Okay, if the United States can take passports, they can censor us on social media. But then they have the nerve to go on live TV and say this is a country of free speech. Free speech, my ass. You only want free speech when it is about you and your cause. And your cause is evil. Ilhan goes out there and all she talks about is the money that's being appropriated. And they need to have oversight. We've had enough congressional oversight to last us a freaking lifetime. So let's get to the compassionate granny who's on her last leg about to die. Because I'm sorry, but evil's strong right now. And I can tell you, this evil doesn't seem like it's dying down. Not at all. Seems like it's just getting worse. And I think people need God. Seriously. After listening to this chick, I'm just like, wow, you got some balls, lady. Listen.
Over the country's racist policies. And now here is the grandmother issuing a curse
on can you see
President Trump. Watch. That's it. That's the Brian, let's start it over again real quick. Start it over again. I want to hit pause when she says it. May God ruin him. Now she's saying Allah something. It's two words. It's a common curse. It doesn't mean like, may God ruin him. She's issuing a curse.
أنا مبسوط بدي تيجي كلها مبسوطة بدها تيجي ستة تشوفها.
She looks pretty well to me. I mean, she's laughing. May God get him. I mean, what is wrong with these people? And then they wonder why they're not allowed over there. And then during the press conference, okay, Rashid Talib, Ilhan, we need congressional oversight. That's all we ever hear. Congressional oversight. We need to help the people. I don't know what fucking people they're talking about because they're not helping anybody but themselves, their nonprofits. Everything is not about the people. It's never about the people. They want control of that money. Ilhan Omar forgot to leave out that she supports Hamas and boycotting Israel. But they feel like they are entitled to go into that country and do whatever they want. And then this whole entire thing is because they were to go to Palestine. Never were they going to Israel. They had a chance to go with the Democrats. They opted not to. They made this spectacle. They did this on purpose, and Trump fell right into their damn trap. It's always a setup, from the Stormy Daniels to Me Too to every damn thing, to the Russian hoax. I mean, even Hillary. I mean, these people are running around real life criminals. And they have the audacity to keep talking about oversight and how they need to protect us. And then they got to protect the world and the country. Why don't you worry about what's here? I'm so sick of them talking about kids in cages. Why aren't we talking about all the kids that are locked up, that are minors in this country alone? All right, this is what's disgusting, because the government has infiltrated not only our schools, but they're incarcerating our kids. They're institutionalizing them at such a young age. On natural news and on line, over 100,000 kids, minor kids, are arrested every day in the United States. Okay, there's over 4 million minor kids in jails, in detention centers in this country alone. What about their parents that are separated from them? These kids do minor offenses. And it started with Hillary Clinton, that state and schools and the government need to teach the kids, and that it takes a village and it's not the parents. How is that working out, Hillary? You ruined us. You ruined our kids. Now we need y'all to back up. Back it up. Like, boop, boop. Just get away from our kids. That's all Americans want, is these corrupt people stay away from our kids, please. Dayton showed her. This kid had tons of SSRI inhibitors, serotonin inhibitors. He had alcohol. There's a bunch of stuff in his system. He had problems. It's not the gun. It's the people behind the guns. And during the Squad drama freak show, there was a chick who went up there to speak. Amber Harris, okay? What she didn't, okay, what people are failing to tell you is she went up there and cried about her and her husband and how she didn't get to see him. And she kept reminding us of how privileged she is. I'm privileged because I'm an American Jew. I'm privileged. And she's white. So why do you even bring that up? Shut up. The truth is, they didn't let you in because she even admits, Ferguson, Missouri, she's a violent protester. She's like one of those Antifa people. So you're a known trouble starter. You put the shit all over social media. You go and get arrested at riots and stuff. Then go on TV and cry about how they didn't let you go in their country because you're a troublemaker. In our own country alone, just like Rashid Talib, my freedom of speech as a congresswoman. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I live in America. We all are living in America right now. We're supposed to have freedom of speech and we don't. We get censored, shut down, banned, blocked, fired from jobs, publicly shamed. But you have the audacity to go out there and say you have freedom of speech and that you should have congressional oversight, and you should appropriate the money to Israel. Why don't you just tell the truth? You don't like Jews. You support Sharia law, and you want it to be a Muslim republic. That's the truth. That has nothing to do with grandmothers and children and none of it. I'm so tired of them talking about kids in cages when there are millions of kids who are minors and who are locked up behind bars, and parents have no control because the government stands in and says, no, you can't. If your kid is in the backyard of a vacant house, get ready to pay for, I mean, anybody growing up in our time, You know, you get arrested being in a vacant house or something like that. You get in trouble, your parents whooped your ass. Now, no. Parents have to shell out thousands of dollars for attorneys. You got to take them to probation. It's like full-fledged adult probation. And there's over 9,000 kids every day being put back into jail, incarcerated, and holding them in detention centers for minor infractions, like not doing their community service, which actually makes it really hard on the parents because in order to pay all their fees and their court fines, probation fines, the way it's set up is worse than adult probation. And it's so invasive. Why are they doing this to kids? If a child acts out, it's usually because there's an underlying issue or they're being rebellious teenagers. Okay? And when you lock them up and institutionalize them, you're making it worse. You're giving them more traumatic experience. You're fucking these kids up. You're putting them in jail when they're kids. I mean, I'm sorry, but kids shouldn't be in cages and kids shouldn't be in jails and detention centers and their parents lose their jobs and have to shell out all this money to a government who doesn't care about the kids' safety. It's all about numbers. This whole prison system and everything in this country is fucked up, and I'm so tired of everybody supporting everybody but American citizens. We're the lost people. And, for Ilhan Omar to say that Trump is making Muslims and now Jews the boogeyman. No, Ilhan, you did that yourself. You wanted to boycott him. All you've done is talk crap about Israel. Leave them alone. These people have been through enough. Why are you screwing with them? Leave them alone. Why don't you worry about the people who are in this country? Stop worrying about everything else in this country. Has enough stuff to deal with. It's just another diversion between every freaking thing they go to. It's just one dramatic scene after another. And it's like Trump sets into their trap and then he has to backpedal and you have the corrupt media that's behind him pushing it. And it's like, it's messed up because the people who really are not criminals and not really like doing any kind of criminal behavior, they're the ones being affected. Seriously. Congressional oversight has gone too far. It has. Between Jew bashing and Christian bashing in South Africa, I mean, it's just sick. It's sick. And they have the nerve to go up there and cry about it. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it's funny because notice how in their squad, their little meeting yesterday, every person that spoke for them is in their hometown of Minnesota. I want to get a crew together and go to Minnesota and see what these people are really like, because I guarantee you they must find them out of like a hole in the wall, and it's just so trashy, so disgusting. But I feel like President Trump did the right thing by calling them and saying, hey, you know what? You don't want to deal with this, because he's been experiencing it for years, and so has the United States. And this recession is just another hoax, like the Russian hoax and everything else. They're pulling this crap because they are desperate. They have nothing else to go on. So I really think that kids in cages should be more directed to all the kids in juvenile prisons in the United States. Let's be real. I really think more people need to be honest about what's going on in our own country and stop worrying about every other person. I'm sorry, Ilhan, Rashid, they say we don't need to be in wars in other countries, that we need to leave other countries alone. Why are you fucking with Israel? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. These people are peaceful and happy, but you can't stand it because it doesn't support your cause. The money doesn't go to your pocketbook. Not to mention all the juvenile detention centers that are part of nonprofits and shit that all belong to democratically owned and operated corporations. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's messed up. And the whole mental illness thing, yeah, that's what put a lot of criminals out of jails and on the streets, because you can get locked up, and if you talk to God or you point to the sky and say you're speaking to God, they think you're crazy, you got schizophrenia. One-way ticket out of jail. They don't fuck with crazy people. If you say you're crazy, you act crazy, you're getting out of jail because they will not incarcerate crazy people. That's why we have crazy people everywhere. It's gaming the system. Look, I know what I'm talking about, but all I have to say, people, open up your eyes. So much more to it than you think. All right, bye. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Stephanie, I'm out. Bye.